Okay guys, the next section will be using 90 degree and 270 degree as our benchmark ya. So after I teach you how to calculate any angles with 180 degree and 360 degree as our benchmark, now I will teach you how to use 90 degree and 270 degree. But first, I want you to take a look at this one. This is our 180 degree benchmark ya. As you can see, in quadrant 1, if I calculate for sine, so I will have sine theta as an alpha. Sine alpha equals to demi ya. Demi equals to y over x. And for cos alpha, it will be sami. It will be x over r ya. Oh sorry, this one is y over r. Okay, this one is sine alpha and cos alpha. But for quadrant 2, 180 degree minus alpha, the values of sine in the bracket 180 minus alpha, it will be y over r. And for the cos alpha, cos 180 degree minus alpha, it will be negative x over r. Yeah. Although the sign is different, for the quadrant 1 cos is positive and for quadrant 2 cos is negative, but the values is the same. Yeah, take a look at this. The values of sine y over r, this one also y over r is the same. X over r, this one is also x over r is the same. Yeah, so for 180 degree we don't have to change the trigonometry, but for 90 degree we will see in the next graph ya. Take a look at this. Okay, for 90 degree as a benchmark, we can say that 90 degree plus alpha, the triangle will be like this. Yeah, will be like this. And then if I calculate for the sine alpha in the quadrant 1, it's already the same ya. Y over r, and for cos alpha it will be x over r. But for in quadrant 2, 90 degree plus r, I will calculate it like this. 90 plus alpha equals to the opposite, the depan is negative x ya, negative x over r. And the cos alpha, cos 90 plus alpha, it will be y over r guys. Y over r. Okay, if you take a look at the values of the sine, yeah, y over r, it's the same with cos 90 plus alpha. If you take a look at cos alpha, it will be the same with sine 90 plus alpha. Yeah, besides the sign is negative. Okay, the value is still the same. So from this one, we can conclude that the sine 90 plus alpha equals to cos alpha. And cos 90 plus alpha, it will be the same with sine alpha. So if you use 90 degree and 270 degree, you have to change your trigonometric ratios into the corresponding one. Yeah, how to do that? Nah, sine can be turned into cos. Cos can be turned into sine, tan can be turned into cotangent, cosecant into secant, secant into cosecant, and cotangent into tan. Yeah, so how to do this? First, example 1, find the values of sine 150. We know that sine 150 is sine in the bracket 90 plus 60 degree, right? Yeah, so we use 90 degree right here. This is the patokan ya. So if you use the patokan 90 degree, the rule says you have to turn the sine into cos. Yeah, you have to turn the sine into cos. Okay, so it will be cos. Yeah, the 90 degree will be gone, and then only cos 60. But the sign positive or negative can be determined by the quadrant. Quadrant 2 for 150, and then for sine in quadrant 2 will be positive ya. So it will be positive. Take a look at the questions guys. Don't take a look at the trigonometry that you already changed. Yeah, take a look at the questions. Okay, and then cos 60 will be half. Okay, if you calculate sine 150 using 90 degree as our benchmark and 180 as our benchmark, it will give us the same answer. Yeah, so we prove that these rules is applied. How about 240? 240, I will give you the trick for this one. Yeah, so the step is the same with 180, but don't forget to change the trigonometry. Okay, so 240, it will be quadrant 3. In quadrant 3, cos will be negative, so I put negative right there, and then I will use 270 because 270 is closer to 240 instead of 90, so I will use 240. Yeah, so in your mind 270 minus 240, it will be 30 degree, and then don't forget, because we use 270, we have to change the cos into sine. Yeah, so it will be negative half, guys. Okay, next, tan 300. Tan 300 is the same. The benchmark will be 270 because it's closer. Yeah. So first I will take a look at the quadrant. It's quadrant 4. Tan in quadrant 4 will be negative. So I will put negative right there. And then 300 minus 270. 300 minus 270 in your mind is 330. You put 30 right there, and then tangent will be cotangent. Yeah, because we use 270 as our benchmark. So the result will be negative. Cotangent 30 is the opposite of the tan, so it will be 1 over tan 30. We know that tan 30 is square root of 3 over 3, so I can write it right like this. Yeah, we have to times it with square root of 3 over square root of 3 to rationalize the square root. It will be negative square root of 3. There you go. The result is negative square root of 3. Next is simplifying trigonometric ratio in any angles. Not every question give us the exact numbers of the angles. As you know that math is also playing with letters or variables. Yeah, so this one I will give you a trick how to simplifying trigonometric ratios in any angles using variables. Yeah, so example 1, simplify cos 180 plus alpha. Okay, first the step is the same with previous one. Yeah, so it will be determining the quadrant. 180 plus alpha. 180 plus alpha is quadrant 3, right? How do you know that? So 180 is right here, and then plus means go forward. Go forward means go there. Yeah, so from 180 move forward a little bit. Right here it will be quadrant 3. Yeah, if it is negative, so you have to move clockwise. Okay, clockwise right there in quadrant 2 if it is negative. Yeah, so this one is positive, so it will be quadrant 3, move forward, move counterclockwise. Yeah, it will be quadrant 3. So cos in quadrant 3 will be negative, and then take a look at our benchmark. Our benchmark is 180 degree. It's normal. Yeah, if it is normal, so you don't have to change the cos into sine. Yeah, it's the cos already, and then cos alpha. So the simplified form of that one will be negative cos alpha. Yeah, next one, simplify sine 270 minus alpha. Take a look at the quadrant. 270 is right here, and then minus means go backwards. Yeah, backwards means clockwise, so it will be go there, and the quadrant will be quadrant 3. This one is quadrant 3. Sine in quadrant 3 will be negative, so I will write negative right here, and then take a look at our benchmark. Our benchmark is 270 degree. Yeah, it's not normal, so you have to change the sign into cos. It will be cos, and then 270, and then the minusnya itu hilang. Ya, minus is disappear. It will be negative cos alpha only. Next up is tan 360 minus alpha. 360 is right here, 360 degree minus something, it will be go there. It will be quadrant 4, this one is quadrant 4, and then tan in quadrant 4 will be negative. Our benchmark is 360. You don't have to change the tan alpha. Easy, right? How about this one? Yeah, it's the same, but it has two trigonometry. Yeah, so we have to simplify first one by one. First is cos 270 plus alpha. 270 is right here. Plus alpha means go forward. It will be quadrant 4. This one is quadrant 4. Quadrant 4 for cotangent. Cotangent is the opposite of tan. So it will be negative. Yeah, cotangent in quadrant 4 will be negative. And then the patokan is 270 degree. Because 270 degree is not normal, so you have to change the cotangent into tan, ya, tan alpha. Okay, the next is 180 degree minus alpha. 180 minus alpha means in quadrant 2. In quadrant 2, tan will be negative, guys, negative. And then because 180 is normal, so you don't have to change the tan. It's tan alpha already. And then negative, it will be negative 2 tan alpha. Yeah, like that. How about this one? Given that sine alpha equals to 2 over 3, and then 90 degree less than alpha less than 180 degree, this sentence tells us the quadrant of the alpha. Yeah, the quadrant of the alpha is between 90 and 180 degree. I can assume that the alpha is in quadrant 2. Yeah, between 90 and 180 it will be quadrant 2. So no wonder that the sine values is positive. Yeah, but if we have sine value, I told you earlier that we can also find the cos alpha and tan alpha. Let's prepare it first. Yeah, so sine alpha equals to 2 over 3. This one is the, and this one is me. The depan is 2 and the miring is 3. Okay, so this one, you see Pythagoras theorem, you will get square root of 9 minus 4 equals to square root of 5. Yeah, let's prepare for cos alpha and tan alpha. Okay, cos alpha will be samping square root of 5 of over miring, yeah, 3. And then for tan alpha, depan per samping is square root of 5. Okay, now it's the sine. Take a look at the quadrant. It says quadrant 2, so the cos will be negative and the tan will be negative. Okay, cos alpha equals to negative, tan alpha equals to negative. Now take a look at the questions. The question wants us to find sine 180 plus alpha. Yeah, it's not simplified. You have to simplify this form first. Okay, so 180 degree plus alpha, I will rewrite it. 180 degree plus alpha, it's in quadrant 3. Yeah, because this one is 180 and then plus something is right here, quadrant 3. Sine in quadrant 3 will be negative, and then the patokan is normal, so you don't have to change the sign. It's sine alpha also, yeah, negative sine alpha. Okay, next is the second one is cos 360 degree minus alpha. This one is quadrant 4. Yeah, why is quadrant 4? Because 360 degrees right here, and then negative means back forward. Yeah, not backward, backwards. Okay, so it will be quadrant 4. This one is quadrant 4. Cos in quadrant 4 will be positive, so the patokan is normal, so it will be positive cos alpha. And then next is tan 90 degree plus alpha. 90 degree plus alpha, it will be quadrant 2. 90 plus alpha is quadrant 2. Tan in quadrant 2 is negative, and then the patokan is not normal, yeah, is 90, so you have to change the tan alpha into cotangent alpha. Okay, and then we have to calculate the results. Now it is equal to negative sine alpha. Sine alpha is 2 over 3, so this one will be negative 2 over 3, and for this one will be negative square root of 5 over 3, and this one will be negative cotangent. Cotangent is the inverse of the tan, yeah, so it will be negative, and then you flip the numbers square root of 5 over 2. It will be square root of 5 over 2. There you go. And then put into the equation sine 180 plus alpha minus cos 360 minus alpha over tan 90 degree plus alpha. So the result will be negative 2 over 3 minus square root of 5 over 3 and then over square root of 5 over 2. Let's simplify it. Equals to negative 2 over 3 and then plus square root of 5 over 3 over square root of 5 over 2. Yeah, we can times it with 6, all of them. So it will be, this one is 2, negative 4 plus 2 square root of 5 over 3 square root of 5. We cannot leave 3 square root of 5 on the denominator, so we have to rationalize it. Yeah, times square root of 5 only. So the result will be negative 4 square root of 5 and then plus 10 over 15. There you go. Okay, the next is negative angles. Sometimes angles can be in negative values. Yeah, take a look at this one. You have to compare it. The first one is positive 120 degree. That means you move from 0 degree counterclockwise sebesar 120 degree. Yeah, but if it's negative angles, you have to move from 0 degree go clockwise until you have 120 degree as the angles. Yeah, so what is the difference between the positive and negative angle? Negative sign means the angle is in opposite direction of the positive one. As you can see, the quadrant is also different. Yeah. To calculate the result of trigonometric ratios of negative angles, we have to add the negative angle with 360 degree to make it positive, but without change the basic angles. Take a look at this. Example 1. Example 1, find the value of sine negative 45 degree. Okay, I will give you the easy way. Yeah, so you have to add with 360 degree. Yeah, until the angles become positive. So it will be sine 315 degree. Sine 315 degree means that it is in quadrant 4. Quadrant 4 for sine is negative, and then use the normal benchmark 360 minus 315, sine 45. Sine 45 equals to negative half square root of 2. There you go. Easy, right? Next. Okay, next is maybe you can think like this. Yeah, because it's negative. Yeah, because it's negative, we can assume that for negative is in quadrant 4 first. Yeah, why? Because this is 0 degree. I told you before, when it's negative angles, that means you have to move backwards. So it will be right here in quadrant 4. You can think like that also. Yeah. So for this one is quadrant 4. Tan in quadrant 4 is negative. And then you can think like, oh, I use 0 degree. 0 degree is normal benchmark. So it will be tan 330 degree equals to negative. Yeah, in the bracket. Tan 330 degree equals to negative again square root of 3 over 3. Yeah, it will be square root of 3 over 3. Yeah, you can think like that also, but it's a little bit difficult, I think. So the easiest one will be add the angles with 360 degree. Tan negative 330 degree plus 360 degree, it will be tan 30 degree, right? See, it's easier. Square root of 3 over 3. Next, how about this one? Cos negative 150 degree. It will be equal to cos in the bracket negative 150 degree plus 360 degree equal to cos 210 degree, right? Equals to quadrant 3. Cos 210 is quadrant 3. Cos in quadrant 3 will be negative. and then use 180 as the benchmark, it will be cos 30. Cos 30 equals to square root of 3 over 2. Next is angles more than 360. To calculate the result of trigonometric ratios of angle more than 360, we have to subtract the angle to the closest multiple of 360 ya. So the angle will be jadi kecil ya. Yang tadi besar kita harus kecilin dulu. For example 1, find the value of sine 540 degree. Before we answer this, I want to show you what is the meaning of 540 degree. As I told you before, the positive angle is from 0 degree. You start from 0 degree, move counterclockwise. Yeah, so you move counterclockwise 1 times. Yeah, it's already 360 degree, right? But this angle is 540 degree, so it's not enough. You have to move again until you get here. Yeah, so 360 plus 180 degree, it will become 540 degree. Yeah, so that is the meaning of large angle. To calculate that, you have to make the 540 degree into small angles, which is I can make it into 180 degree maybe ya, by minus with 360 degree. So 540 minus 360 equals to 180 degree. See, sine 180 degree. Nah, kalau udah kecil baru kita pakai cara yang kemarin ya, cara biasa. This one is quadrant 2. Sine in quadrant 2 is positive. Use the 180 degree as our benchmark. 180 minus 180 equals to 0. Sine 0 equals to 0. Yeah, so sine 540 degree equals to 0. Next is cos 870 degree. So I have to make this into small angles. Yeah, it will be cos 870 degree minus 360 degree equals to cos how many? 510. It's not small enough. So I will have minus it again with 360 degree equals to cos 150 degree ya. 150 degree. Oh, we can calculate this. 150 degree is quadrant 2. Cos in quadrant 2 will be negative 30 ya. Cos 30 square root of 3 over 2. I believe you can solve the cos 150 in a short time. So I will not explain it anymore how to get cos 150 degree. Yeah, next. And the last one is 3840 degree for 10. Yeah. So for this one, I will use the multiple of 360 degree instead of minus it one by one with 360 degree. So 3840, I can minus it with 360 times 10. 3600 ya, maybe I can minus it with 3600 degree ya. So it will be 10, how much? 240. Oh, it becomes small. So we can calculate it now. It's quadrant 3. 10 in quadrant 3 will be positive 1060 guys. 1060 square root of 3. So the result is square root of 3. There go. We are finished for our lesson today. I hope you can understand it well. Do the exercise ya. Thank you. Bye bye.